So we see Darth Vader here, and we can see his shoulder armor, and here again in The Empire Strikes Back, and here again. So what I was trying to go for is that armor.
So I downloaded this armor, and I was looking at it, and it is not very smooth. Let me make this bigger. So you can see all the facets, and once this printed out, it was not going to look good. So what I did is I went to this guy's site and saw that somebody else had remixed it. And what they had done is they had smoothed it out and redone everything. And this is the armor that I printed from. The problem is that this armor is way too wide to print on a 3D printer. And so what I did is I basically used this program, which is Lightwave, to chop it in half. So I basically chopped it down this line right here. And so what I ended up with was half of the armor here, and then just duplicated it to the other side, or mirrored it, I should say. So I printed it. When I printed it, or when I put it on the printer, I used an Ultimaker S5, but it was too wide this way. So what I had to do is I had to tilt it up so that it would, I think it's 9 inches. It gives it 9 inches this way, and then it's like 13 inches this way, and it barely fits. So you'll see how that printed out. This material, this printout took about 3 days to print because it was trying to do all the scaffolding material underneath it. Now, had I been smart, I would have said, well, I could probably turn these things on their side and be able to print them easily. So that's what I try to do, is I took each of one of these pieces and turned them. I'll show you what that looks like. Got the polygon here, and I'm going to select them all, and then use my rotate tool to put it on its side. Now, had I done this, and then we can also do that to the other piece here, select it all, and then rotate. So you can see the footprint of these pieces compared to the other pieces here. It was much less. So I said to myself, well, I wonder if I can get them all on the same grid, and I was able to do that on an S5, and this is what that looks like. So here's left and right armor, and it will fit all in the same spot on a Ultimaker S5, which it does. I think it's 13 inches wide by, I think, 12 inches, 9 inches deep, and then 12 inches high. And I printed out a set of these, and the nice thing about an S5 is that you can start where you left off. So like, let's say that it printed this much and then stopped printing. Now, if you catch it right away and then put the new material in within a minute, it would do fine. But unfortunately, the printer is not mine, and I was using it at a facility, and it took a day or 12 hours or so between prints, and so it left a line right in the center, or actually right on the bottom, and then somebody put in a new spool of filament for the print, and what that did is it sort of chopped it. This print took and all these pieces took 2 days to print, and 80 meters of filament. Whereas this one here, that took 2.5 days and took 160 meters of filament, and that's only half the size.
So So you can see that this print, basically, I had a problem. And it had stopped and started to wiggle back and forth, and so it created a break across the top. And this did not turn out well. I had a lot of problems with this print. But you can see the scaffolding here that basically had to support the top of it. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but I had to do a lot of waiting for the thing to print and to print the other side, and it used up tons and tons of material. Here's the S5 with my one side of my armor done, but as you can see, it has that little crack in it. I had to glue those together, and here it is building the scaffolds. And it took a long time to build those scaffolds. I mean, it took 3.5 days to build it on this S5, and this is the facility where I could use the 3D printers here at Duke. And,